I'm Connor Northrup, and I'm joined by bantamweight prospect Jesse Strader. What's up, Jesse? How you doing?
I'm good. How's it going, man?
Good, good. I see you're repping the Dodgers gear here.
Yeah, man, we're fresh off a World Series victory, so I got to represent. I got to represent. It's the first one I've been alive for. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Are you like a big supporter of like all like LA sports teams, or is baseball kind of like one you hold dear?
Baseball and basketball because we've always had Dodgers and we've always had Lakers. We didn't always have like a LA football team, so I was always
Yeah,
a,
that's true.
a Cowboys fan back in the I was born in the '90s, so that's when the Cowboys dynasty was. They're not doing hot right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I might have to go all LA. We'll see. I don't know, man. I don't like switching like that, but we never had an LA team before either, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a little different too if you were to like jump ship too, because it's like if you don't have like that, that connection or something like that, I totally get that. But
Exactly.
I didn't even like think about it either. I mean, obviously like the Dodgers I knew, but I forgot like the Lakers had one too. So I mean, LA sweep right now.
Hey, LA's running the world, man. LA's running the world.
And now it's been a crazy couple months. I mean, for pretty much everybody, and for you, like, what's it kind of been like to you? Because obviously, like, you're fighting on some of these regional shows or some major shows that maybe aren't, up back as quick as some of these other ones. What's it been kind of like? I guess just like waiting in the wings and watching some of these other guys get to compete, and you're kind of sitting here.
Man, it's been crazy. I've been itching so badly just to get in there and fight somebody. Like seriously. So I've been having that itch for a while, so it's been tough, especially because when this whole thing started, I was like a week out from a fight, and they scratched that, and then I had some more word that I was like possibly fighting in Florida in September, and then they scrapped that. So it's been
Uh,
like a roller coaster of like, okay, yeah, and then highs and lows, but staying positive, still pushing and just staying with the grind, man. Persistence, perseverance.
yeah. Now I know you said you had that fight back in March that was obviously scrapped, and now this one in September. Like, have you like been out of like camp, or are you like some of these guys that kind of were staying in camp the entire time?
Dude, I've been in camp since like last December. I've just been training. Now obviously I've been going stupid crazy.
Mhm.
I'm in great shape right now, but like literally haven't taken not 1 week off this whole time. So
Yeah. Was that last one, the one in March, was that going to be with Kabate?
yeah, that was gonna be with Combate. That was gonna be in Mexico City too. So I was pretty excited for that one. And yeah, like I said, man, 2 days before we were supposed to leave, they they called us and said, "Nah, it's not gonna happen."
Yeah. Now, obviously, a lot of this stuff, can't kind of be planned for. No one, no one, expected this to ever happen. I know you fought. I think it was last September. But was there anything else that was kind of like holding you back from fighting before COVID hit? Like, did you have like any injuries or anything like that, or were you just trying to take some time off?
Not at all, man. I would like I fought in August, like the end of August. Dude, I
Okay.
was ready to go immediately. I was ready to go November. They were trying to get me to fight in Texas. It's like no it's been hard to get fights. Nobody wants they throw my name out there and I have a small record, but they look up my fights and I knock people out and it's like it's been hard to get me fights, honestly.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is probably an obvious question. But I was going to say, ideally, when would you like to return it? It sounds like you like to return like tomorrow, if
Yeah,
possible.
no,
But
like seriously, I'm ready. Like I'm ready to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
And does it matter at this point? Like, have you heard it? Like, I know you've fought for Combate like recently. Like, have you heard anything about them? About them, like, kind of maybe getting operations back up and running, or?
I know they're really trying hard, but I don't think they're gonna have anything this year.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of I'm a free agent right now anyway, so it's kind of, you know, the opportunities there. I'm just ready to take it. MMA is a short career, time is money, and you don't want to run out of it too late.
For sure. Yeah. No, yeah, it's crazy like when you put it like that too, because you figure a lot of these guys too that maybe even like the guys are 30 and up too, they only have so many years left. So it's like here, you're in this kind of situation, you could like lose a year off your career without even fighting.
Exactly, exactly. It's true. Most MMA fighters are taking a year off their career right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could be good, or it could hinder some.
Yeah.
For
Now
me,
this
it's
is
making me hungrier. It's like
yeah.
literally, I'm fiending over here for a fist fight, man.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of guys like that. Just from what I've been talking to too, that like that's how they've been feeling too. They're just so eager now to go, and you really feel bad for like guys like in your scenario too, and guys on like the regional scene because that it's so much harder find a fight rather than when this whole thing was happening. Dana White obviously was like I'll get you a fight or whatever. So
Right. Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
man. Exactly. It's not easy right now, but dude, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. So I know I keep the faith in, and I'll get my shot to show the world what I've been working on.
yeah. Another like crazy obstacle too, if you think about all this, is like once you get a fight, even that's not guaranteed because all this testing that has to be done. Like I saw with Bellator's tonight, they've had 2 fights scrapped today, so it's like day of the fight. So
Yeah,
it's a crazy world.
that you're right. You're totally right. Because now you're like kind of hoping like your opponent is healthy and
Yeah,
and, and gonna be able to fight you, so your fight doesn't get scrapped. Um, Totally right about that. It's a whole other curveball in the mix.
for sure. And this is the first time I'm talking to you, so just to get a little bit like of your background too, like how did you kind of get like in MMA? Like what was kind of your path?
Man, dude, honestly, I started out just being a fan. Like I've been an athlete my whole life, but I played in the normal American sports, basketball, baseball, football, even a little bit of soccer when I was really little. And then so when I was in junior high, I became a huge fan of UFC. It's like the first time I saw it, and I was like, dude, what is this? And it was crazy because it was like kind of like those real early days.
Hmm.
And then just a fan got into it, and then after that, that kind of progressed into like, dude, I want to do this. Like, I'm not really into the baseball playing it and stuff. I want to fight. I want to go one on one with someone my size who I can compete with. And then so it started wrestling in high school. That's where it really
Okay.
started. And then went from there. After that, graduated, started doing jujitsu actually in the middle of high school, and then started doing boxing and Muay Thai not till I was about 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're 29 now, so when you were like watching a high school, it was probably like the early like Ultimate Fighter days too. Because I think the first I graduated in 2011, but I think the first Ultimate Fighter I saw was like Tough 8. It was when Ryan Bader won.
Yeah, yeah, dude. When the first one, I saw the very first one. I
There
was
you go.
watching, like when it first came out, they were doing all these challenges and weird stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's back with, yeah, and that's when I was in it. So I was like from the very first Ultimate Fighter, but even before that, because when they came out with
yeah.
that, I was like, oh, I'm for sure watching that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope they bring that back. I missed that show, but
Yeah.
as far as like you too, I mean, I see like MMA's kind of had a big part of like your life. Like I saw on Instagram that your girlfriend's actually an amateur MMA fighter. Did you meet her like through the gym and like training?
I met my girlfriend through training. Yes, yes.
Cool. And
Yeah.
for those who don't know too, and I honestly didn't even know this till I was kind of like doing a little research too. But your girlfriend is Joey Fulco, who was on season 18 of The Voice. I mean, what was able to kind of watch that like whole experience?
It was crazy. It was surreal because we're sitting in her living room watching her on NBC, so it was a surreal moment, but so much fun. Like so much fun. So crazy, but like it's like, dude, I can't believe this. So it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. But part of that like took place like during this whole like COVID thing, right? So like they were filming some of it like at home.
Yeah, like they were filming, I think, what, like the last two or three episodes from home. And so like literally me and her brother were like setting up like the camera and lights and stuff like that, like doing the work for like the voice producers and stuff like that. Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool experience. Obviously bittersweet because she wanted to win, and obviously we all felt like she had the talent to win, and but she still got out there, killed it, and did amazing. So everyone's super proud of her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's something you never thought you'd be doing, like setting up in like a living room for like a TV show.
Bro, I never thought I'd be doing any of this any of this stuff with her, that's for sure.
Yeah. And like for you too, I mean, obviously fighters, they all have like the different ways of motivation and stuff too. But when you see somebody you're so close to and kind of chase a dream like that and have the success that she did, like you said, obviously she didn't win, but to even make it that far, I mean, like how motivating was that to just watching something like that?
It's motivating, man. It's motivating to see somebody in another realm of the kind of the same thing. You're entertaining people, but like someone so like she goes out there and she's like she got ice water in her veins, man. She goes on there, that's where she's supposed to be, that's where she's most comfortable, and that's exactly like me in the cage. Like I got ice water in my veins in the cage. I'm so comfortable. And
Yeah.
so it's like when I see that from her in a different aspect, it's always motivating, always great to see too.
Yeah, yeah. I was watching a couple of performers. Heck of a voice. I mean, do you have any musical talents of your own?
I mess around a little bit, man, but that's not my strong suit. That's for sure. I do like to, I like hip hop. I'm a huge fan of hip hop. So I like I like to make I like to write some bars and um definitely play around with that, mess around. I'm learning the guitar a little bit.
Cool.
Gonna be rocking and rolling in no time. And
Yeah.
then, but that's her strong suit, so I'll leave it to her.
Yeah, for sure. Is a lot of like like you said, like you're thinking about picking up guitar and like things like that. Like, is a lot of that because of her? Like, because you just like being so close to somebody like that too, and you see that they're interested in music. Like, has that kind of opened up your mind to more like I guess like music and stuff like that?
I've always been in it. I've always been into the arts. I've always been creative. I've always been into drawing, painting, writing, editing photos, videos, like anything creative, like I like to do. So I wouldn't say she got me into it. My grandmother was a musician.
Okay.
She played guitar, she played the piano, she sang
Oh,
as
cool.
well. So it is really weird because my grandmother died when I was young. But I do remember that thing. But it's like a weird thing because music hasn't really been a big part of my life since my grandmother's passed away.
Hmm.
So when Joey came in, it's like, oh, this is crazy. This is like everything that my grandma used to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Totally nuts. But like I wasn't planning it. I'm not out here looking for a musician or anything. She walked into the MMA gym. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
That's
So
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 crazy.
it worked out. How it's funny how fate works sometimes.
Yeah, especially like kind of like how we were just talking about like in the beginning too. It's like you here you are, you're pursuing an MMA career. You don't expect somebody to kind of like walk through the same doors.
Not at all. Not at all. And what's funny is we trained together for 3 years before we even started dating.
There you go.
Yeah, so we were really friends first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. And you talked about like you have like you've always liked the arts and stuff like that. I see you got some tattoos. Play into that.
Oh, 100%, man. Like, dude, I was giving my mom heart attacks in high school because I was telling her, dude, I'm gonna be covered from neck, I'm gonna get face, I'm gonna get everything. I had a real passion for tattoos, still do. Um, but obviously I've toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your mom happy with that or?
You know what? She's definitely she's in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Because I remember, man, when I was in like, dude, I was giving myself tattoos when I was 17.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I was in high school. I was a senior in high school giving myself tattoos. And then like every week once I turned 18, like I was getting them all the time. And my mom would have a heart attack every single time she saw a new one, and I was like, I told you, I told you, I'm getting the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And before I let you go, Jesse, I mean, just anything else you want to talk about as far as like MMA, anything like that? I mean, do you have any idea of like when we could see you again?
man, you know what? I'm really, really, really hoping it's soon in the next month or two. And just a couple of things. Like I'm really proud of my town, the Antelope Valley. I'm really proud. It's not known for a lot of great things. We're kind of a desert military town, but like at the end of the day, like I'm trying to bring some positive things here. So if I could do that with my MMA and like kind of give the youth a future to look forward to, like you can accomplish your goals from here, from this small desert valley. If I could do that, then I would be happy with myself. So if I could let anyone know from the Antelope Valley or from any small town, just keep grinding, believe in yourself, and work as hard as you can to get where you want to go. And at the end of the day, trying is never a failure.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, were you in the military?
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Was not.
All right.
But definitely have a huge respect for anyone who puts their life and the sacrifices them and their families make. Definitely huge respect and hats off to them for sure.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree with you more. Anything before I let you go, plug any Twitter, Instagram, anything like that?
Yeah, everything is Jesse Strader 135, my weight class. At Instagram, it's everything. Twitter, same thing. TikTok, same thing. And yeah, just shout out SoCal Fight Factory, shout out Peterson Grapplers, and shout out to all my sponsors who support me and who back me from this small town to hopefully the big stage.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for your time, and I wish nothing but the best. Oh, what was that?
Shout out Upgrade Management Team. These guys are seriously the best. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there as well. Thank you so much, Jesse, for your time.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Go Dodgers.